Hi, so today I want to show you how you can go online or virtual with a Billboard Design Thinking workshop. We prepared a complete example, and my colleague Oscar Gerschel and I spent a full day imagining a workshop, and the workshop should show you two things. First of all, how you can go online with a Billboard Design Thinking workshop, and the second thing, it's a template that you could actually use to rethink your business and prepare for change that inevitably is going to come after the corona crisis is over. So many organizations today have to rethink the business model and prepare how they're gonna do the business after the crisis is over. So the important thing to understand here is, instead of having a collaborative tool where you're gonna go out and buy some licenses, the only thing you really need is you need PowerPoint. And the second thing, of course, you're gonna need some communication channel. Uh, can be any video chat channel so you can actually see your colleague. The idea is that you're going to leverage these masters. So in PowerPoint, you have a masters features, and the benefit from the masters is that here in the masters you can see all the templates that we created on the back. So saying hello, and this is how I feel today. So basically those are the templates, and the whole point about using these masters is, if you go to the actual slide in the front, you're going to see that you can't touch the things that are in the master. So if you go here around with the mouse, you can do actually nothing. And that means basically you're protecting the visual that you're using in PowerPoint from being distorted when you actually have your workshop. So how do you do your workshop? Well, the simple thing is you're going to go and click the button, the share button here on the top, and enter the email address you want to share it, and share the link. Of course, you need to ensure that the file is stored somewhere where it's accessible publicly. This can be on a specific site or customer site. Depends on how the setup is. Also think about privacy and data regulations, where you're going to put your file when you work together. But the point is, you need one common location. Everyone in your organization and external from the organization can access the file. So you simply go copy the link. You can, if you already started the conversation, just paste it into the chat box, or you can send it via email. So once you shared the file, what that means is that you're going to see people can work on this at the same time. So it's basically just using the editing function of your PowerPoint. And also, if you want, you can use even the commenting function here on the side. So when you see 5 people are logged in and working on the document, you can also use the chat function directly in the presentation. So after you have all of these files, or let's say all of those templates, nicely aligned to form your workshop, the only thing you need to kind of think about is, well, when you're going to have this workshop. And then I would kind of recommend clicking or entering down here in the bottom the actual link for the collaboration when you send out your invitation. We just left start and end date open, so depends on what time you want to start. And also think about, today in collaboration you might be working with people from many different parts of the world, so also add the time zone and think about when your workshop is starting. We think the complete workshop will take about 7 hours, so you have an overview how that's going to work. So how does the collaboration work? Well, the collaboration works simple. You just scroll in, so you don't go into presentation mode. Also ensure that you have here autosave selected. To enable autosave, you have to save it as a PowerPoint file. Don't use the open document extension, because it does not sync, and if it does not sync, then that means if other people change something, you won't see those changes. So the last thing that you need to do is, now you actually need to work on those files. And how does that work? Again, here's a template. In the template you can just grab, so you can select everything. And as I said, if you're gonna remove everything, so I just selected and removed everything, nothing's gonna happen, because your template is protected as a master. So you just go down, and that would actually be preparation, but I just want to show to you how you can have all the artifacts that you need for running your workshop. So I'm just gonna go and add them. Here we already have them, here as well. So, and the nice thing is with this concept, you're not defined, so you can select your own artifacts or things that you want to use in your workshop, maybe theme dependent. So usually, for example, we use a lot of dot voting, yeah, but why not use, I need to go and change this. I need to ungroup it. So why not use a bug, yeah, to make some kind of a voting, or using different. Basically, you can add and leverage here all the benefits. So you can go here and insert icons, for example, just select an icon and add it to so we're just going to have a plane and insert this icon and add it is an option for all workers or participants in the workshop to use it. So let's look at the first example. So we were talking about the Corona crisis, and there's kind of this emotional curve, and this is kind of the way people think about drastic events in their life. So usually it's like you have the denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, and creative state. And here the thought is the first exercise is everyone sits in a workshop, kind of defines and shares a little bit how he's going through the crisis and where he is. So for me, for example, I think I'm still in this bargaining phase, kind of thinking about why it's me, and so why now, and could it not have happened later? So, and you might have other people. So basically, you can grab your post-it, put it here, add your notes and your thoughts, and you can imagine that while you're working in collaboration with others, so you share the file, people are basically simultaneously writing information on post-its or using different artifacts on the side to contribute. So you go slide by slide. Each slide has basically um, one task. The task description is on the side, and when the exercise is finished, you can basically go into presentation mode, which removes everything that's around, and then you can really focus and see, okay, this is what the group has decided. So if we go out of the presentation mode, then you can work on it. Just be aware, in the presentation mode there's no update, so if one of you goes into presentation mode, means if someone else changes something, you won't see these updates immediately. So very straightforward. Without going through all of the templates, you can explore that and also read the article. But what you can see is basically here's the complete flow of the workshop, and this is also thought as a template, so you can not only use it for this workshop, you can customize it. And what would that mean? If you want to explore all the templates, let's say for example, if you say I don't want to have this storytelling template, you just go here, you're gonna insert a new slide, and now the cool thing is these masters basically are all the templates. Yeah. So for example, maybe you want to define a user journey for the new product that you're building, or maybe you want to have a sketching session. Well, you just go and select this template for your sketching session. You go and copy all of those things that you need, and off you go. Yeah. As simple as that. So this whole template is meant for you first to do the exercise, to think about how you can rethink your entire business. And it's also meant for you to have other workshops which have a completely different topic. So the only thing that you need to do is, if you have a completely different topic of your workshop, of course, go back to the masters, yeah, and maybe you have a different topic you want to add here. You can just change, like, fantastic business opportunity for company XYZ. And also, of course, before you're gonna go and use the template, please remove the Microsoft logo if you don't work for Microsoft. So this is the overall presentation. Just to remind you two things, what's important to understand. Very simple, you're only using PowerPoint, you don't need to buy any collaboration tool. And the second thing that you need is some kind of collaboration channel where you can uh, have a video conference call, so just so you can see the colleagues that you're working with. The idea is you just work through all of these steps. So what's your emotional curve? What are the strengths? How can you contribute to the situation? So after the change, then also thinking about, well, the corona crisis has bad things, but also had good things. Many people are experiencing the benefit of working from home. And let's hope in a few weeks this is all over. Then maybe companies will decide, hey, home working is really cool and that might just improve your life work balance. Then this is about thinking about opportunities. Every crisis also brings opportunity for every business, and you're probably going to have to rethink your business model in many cases to survive or rebuild your business. Look for those opportunities. Use the time that you have now where you can actually not work and your employees might be sitting at home and being idle. Use this time for innovation. Then you're going to be thinking about how will your organization need to change. So there's things you need to continue, there's things you need to start doing, and there's probably things you need to stop doing because they don't fit to the new business model. Here you're going to be defining your business model, and it's basically, in short, just who are you building it for, why, what, and how is it going to be defined. And then you're going to be thinking about those three things, like how does it affect or impact society, how does it affect the environment, but then also how does it affect your profit. So you're building a new business model, basically preparing for the post-corona crisis, to revamp your business and start from new. Then also we're gonna kind of drill all of this down. So let's imagine that you have to go to an investor, and so here's your business, you have 10, 20 years of experience, but now you need some funding or someone to help you. So this is going to help you build a complete story, how you want to rebuild your business, and you have 90 seconds time to have this pitch. And then the last thing, of course, every design thinking workshop only brings value if you actually have actions. So the last thing that we're recommending is think about what does that mean for your customers. Also, what does this change business model mean for your employees? And then, of course, what does it mean for the business? And both for the customer and business, there's money value behind there. So they're purchasing things and you're creating revenue for your business. So just define it in a very short, succinct way. And then, of course, we said agreeing on how we will execute our recovery plan. So you can even start now. Maybe you're going to build a new business model. Prepare everything. Use those next 2 or 3 weeks to think about how is your business going to look like when you're back to normal and you can start to work in the old way. But this old way will be a new and better way. This is at least what we hope. Then, of course, think about the tasks. What are you doing in the next 2 weeks? What are you going to do before the crisis actually ends? Like maybe rearrange the way you're going to do your business. Think about maybe advertising, other project, and then specific tasks you need to do when your business is basically online, when you're opening your shop, your store, your factory, and you're going back to business. And of course, think about those blockers that you need to remove to make this a success. Yeah, we hope that this is helpful for you. If you don't have a business, you can take it as an opportunity to try out how you're gonna have a virtual online meeting, a collaboration session, and you can change the templates as you said, as you like. Yeah, as always, I say happy design thinking and hope Billboard Design Thinking brings some value for you and helps you kind of recover out of the situation.